My official prediction, Fiziev versus RDA. Guys, I'm going RDA. I'm going RDA, and you want to know something? Fiziev is in one tough position, which he's never spoke about and likely never will, which is he's taking on somebody he looks up to. Fiziev is not going to be able to be that candid with you guys. He's not. He's going to have to deny that internally. It's a big deal. When you're an aspiring fighter and you're at home on the couch watching these guys, when you've got posters of old fights, oh, and by the way, your opponent has been hanging on your bedroom wall and you've been looking up to him for a period of time. And of course, I don't know that's the exact extent for Fiziev, but if you go look at the age and you look at who's the veteran and who's been here, for sure, Fiziev has looked up to RDA. Hard spot. It's a hard spot. Very seldomly can you overcome that. Now, when you have somebody like RDA, 5 rounds, no problem. And that's always a question. You go get into the 5-round club, you're in a rare club, but how are you going to hold up? How prepared are you? And do you know where to exert versus save your energy? Very rare. Not a lot of people you can turn to. Not a lot of people have ever been scheduled for 5 rounds, let alone gone out and done it. RDA has done it more times than I could count on one hand. He knows what he's doing. The same can't be said for Fiziev. RDA will know where to use that energy. Very relevant, guys. I know when we see two guys fight, we just want to talk about who's better with the punches and kicks and the guillotines and the takedowns. I know we want to do that, but it's the intangibles that win these hard fights. Your toughness doesn't even come into it in the first round. Your toughness usually doesn't come into it in the first round and a half. But once you start to get into 20 minutes in, now it is about who's tougher than who wants this more, who's in better shape, who prepared, who can fight when one eye is shut, who can fight when your body hurts and you're limping on your leg. This is where toughness comes in. I can't question Fiziev's toughness, nor do I attempt to. I can just vouch for the toughness of RDA because he's been there. It's also a big question, how is this fight going to go? Guys that do well with RDA get on top of RDA. They mix it up. They mix in the striking with the takedowns. They spend some time on top. They get a little bit out of him. They frustrate him just a little bit. I don't know that Fiziev has the takedown skills to go get RDA down. And even if he does get him down, not to rinse and repeat and do that and make that the technique and position of the fight for 25 minutes. That he does not have. So he's going to have to trade with him. Now, Fiziev, just to let you in on his training, full stand-up right now. He is literally in Thailand preparing for this fight. I support that. Because I don't think RDA is going to come out and try to take him down either. Not to mention, even if RDA can, RDA's wrestling prowess is not enough to the fact that he can rinse and repeat and do it all 25 minutes. These guys are going to have to go fight. They're going to have to stand out there and trade and bang. And heart and conditioning and toughness is going to come into it. I'm favoring RDA. I realize what a hard match this is. I am fully aware that Fiziev could beat RDA. But I think that the other side is fully aware that RDA can get that win too. And I'm coming from the perspective of, if so, how's he going to do it? Well, those later rounds are relevant. Where you're going to push a guy, when you're going to hold him up against the fence, when you know what the judges are looking for. RDA is one of those guys who has weaponized pace. Over the course of his career, he's fought other guys that could weaponize pace. Kamaru Usman comes to mind. Colby Covington comes to mind. Khabib Nurmagomedov comes to mind. So sometimes your eyes will play tricks on you. You'll think, oh, RDA got tired. RDA wasn't in good enough shape to hold up. Not so fast. RDA is actually one of the top guys in all of our sport for pushing pace and making that a weapon, making that part of the story, part of the conversation. He's just also ran into some guys with that's what they did too. So if your eyes play tricks on you, RDA will push. You want to know the real RDA? Just go watch the Moicano fight. Moicano, plenty tough, complete stud, 15 minutes back and forth. But after 15 minutes, there's 10 left, and those are what's called championship rounds, and that's what RDA is made for. That's what he's ready, and that's what he's prepared for. And RDA has been floating up and down. I mean, he's 70-pounder, he's a 55-pounder. I don't know what category to put him into. If you would have called Chael, what do you call RDA? You got to label him. I don't know if I'd have said lightweight or welterweight, but now I'm comfortable telling you lightweight. Fiziev, this is a tall order. This is a huge fight. And this isn't the one that gets you to the title fight. And I think that RD believes that it is. He's okay to believe that. But this is the one that gets you to the one. If RDA does win this fight, if I'm right about that, if he gets on the microphone, if he calls out Charles Oliveira, which not for nothing, RDA versus Charles Oliveira, that's a very interesting match. But if he does that, I think it's going to fall on deaf ears. Just simply because I believe that Charles is tied up with Islam. But I do think if RDA comes out and calls the next best thing, Justin Gaethje, I don't give a damn he's coming off a loss. That's still Justin Gaethje. Michael Chandler. Dustin Poirier. I believe if he comes out and uses that bullet all the way down to Conor McGregor, the fight that got away, the fight we were promised, that never happened. I think RDA is in a really good position right now. And I think he's very likely to get what he asks for as long as he doesn't ask for the championship. He's got to ask for the next best thing, a number one contenders match. I believe is extremely realistic for either guy, RDA or Fiziev.